What's up, everybody? This is Billy Zapka. Sweep the leg. Listening to IT and the D Show. No mercy.
All right, welcome back. Thank you once again for hanging out with us. This is the one and only IT in the D Show. I'm your host, Bob Waltonspiel, hanging out with the texter extraordinaire, producer, co-host, Randy Walker is in the house. Guest this week, Jay Aho. You might know him as the director of MarTech and e-commerce from Pet Supplies. Plus, you might know him from his awesome nonprofit that he founded, Motor City Scholars. You might know him as the person that denied your request to join Sim Detroit. I'm kidding.
That's probably
He's
true.
also, yeah, you're the, it's probably true. But you can find us online at itinthed.com. Do us a favor, give us a like on the socials, subscribe to us everywhere fine podcasts are sold.
We just had a great meetup here at Detroit Shipping Company.
Did.
And we have another meetup coming up, the first Ann Arbor chapter in a while. Wednesday, September 3rd, 5 o'clock at Mothfire Brewing.
Where there are no moths and there are no fires. We used to do my pretzel bell, and I said, they don't even serve pretzels when they have no bells. What do they?
But yeah, that's over by the airport, right? So
I don't know.
yeah. We used to do downtown, but
Yeah, Connor O'Neill's.
But
the event here at the Shipco was fantastic. There was the LCD sound board,
sound
system. Thank you. I knew it was one of those three. It was playing, so we did get some concert peeps like around 8 o'clock. But I think for the most part, we had a pretty good crowd. Weather was fantastic.
Definitely tried to network with a few concert goers.
Did you?
Yeah,
I listened to
like
I listened to the LCD.
How'd that go?
Somebody said, "Oh man, you're getting networked so hard right now."
Oh, that's funny. I did listen to them on the ride back, and yeah.
Never heard of them before.
I never did either. I'm like, when I see that many people going to a concert, I'm like, but then they probably feel the same way when I go to Kraftwerk and Ministry and all my 80s alternative bands. And you went to go see Simple Minds? Like, what is that? Anyway, Jay, how they treating you? You doing good?
You know what? You're reminding me. I told my 22-year-old bonus daughter this week, I was like, do you actually know Nirvana? Because she's wearing a Nirvana t-shirt. And she's like, what's Nirvana? I was like, okay, whatever. My wife's like, that's such an old man Gen Xer thing to do, is to ask a young person whether they actually know the music. I was like, I don't know. She was wearing the shirt.
I'm a rotten father. Actually, when I have 3 daughters, one's 11, and one's 21, one's 18. I handed them my hard drive with being a DJ for all these years. And I basically said, listen to everything. And just, if you like it, like you do, like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
My oldest gravitated to all of it. That's all she listens to, is like, it's literally anything from that generation. Yeah. My 18-year-old, it's all. Here's the crazy part. To say that time's passed me by is not it's the truth. My daughter's going to a concert at Pine Knob, sold out. It's a boogie with the hoodie. Okay. So then I go, what in the world is that? She goes, it's hip hop. I go, no, Dad listens to hip hop. I like Public Enemy. Is it like Eric B and Rakim? It's like, no, it's a boogie with the hoodie. And I go, I need to look this up. So I go on Spotify. His first song, 1 billion plays. So I'm like, the world's passed me by. Just give me, like, I'm fine with Talking Heads and Queen. They just had a great documentary on Netflix about Devo. Yeah. If you're not a fan, you will be after watching this, how fantastic that was. I'm done. I'm full. I'm like, I don't need new music. I have everything I need for the next 10 generations.
Yeah. My kids will talk about iPod songs. I was like, what the hell is an iPod song? Well, they're of the age that they remember when I had an iPod, and they remembered that some of those songs I had loaded on the iPod. And so they'll hear something and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is an iPod song. It's like, okay.
It's the kids that don't know what the save icon actually represents.
Right.
I thought that was a coaster.
What do you mean diskette?
Floppy disk? What is a floppy disk?
See, they just need to start making SSDs that shape, so at least it's still kind of relevant.
I don't know why they don't. They got Nintendo cartridge flasks and coasters. I don't know why they don't. What else are you going to do with all that stuff? Put it in dumpsters? You just told me before the show started, if anyone realized Pet Supplies Plus has 750 stores, I don't think anyone would have believed you.
A lot of folks know that we're Detroit based.
Yeah.
First store was in the city of Detroit, still open on Telegraph.
Telegraph on what?
Telegraph Road, just north of 96.
Okay.
Yep. Store number 1. And 750 stores.
White Castle
around
right there, if
countries.
I'm not mistaken.
I mean, you probably, yeah. I won't hate you for that, but when you cruise through and get your sliders, pop in and get a bag of dog food and a dog crate and a bowl.
Now that we got 2 cats, yeah.
Yeah, 750 stores around the country. We've gone through a lot of growth. 200 of which we own corporately.
Okay.
And then 550 are owned by local store owners. So chances are really good. If you're shopping at a Pet Supplies Plus, you're probably shopping with a local small business owner, which is
See, a lot
cool.
of people don't realize that. Like they McDonald's and they give them hell, but like a lot of those, they're not small business owners if you own a McDonald's, but those are all independently owned. Like all the Tim Hortons, all of the 7-Elevens. I came this close to buying a 7-Eleven, which would have been a nightmare because you don't own anything technically, and you got to work there. One of them came up for sale, and I was the Budweiser rep, and I'm like, "How much do you want it? You want to sell it to me?" Thank God I didn't.
Me neither, because I would eat all of the Skittles and all the Nerds.
Yeah.
So they just never being in stock.
I did learn a lot about that business. So basically, I was told if they didn't have coffee and fountain pop, they'd be out of business. Everything else is so low margin and that's so high margin. That's kind of like the draft beer of a 7-Eleven is their coffee.
Oh, I mean, like how many 32-ounce cups do you get out of that bag of soda?
Oh, yeah. 1,000.
Yeah.
I did have the best gas station coffee I've ever had in my life. I had to drive Chicago last weekend and got Casey's. It's like Casey's General Store.
Okay.
10
Never heard
out
of
of
it.
10 cup of coffee. I'm not even being funny.
I'll take your word for it. I don't drink coffee.
It's fantastic. You should start.
Yeah.
So being the director of e-commerce, I mean, I guess MarTech, I hear the term all the time. It's common to me, but I know it's marketing technology, but like for those not in the know, how would you explain MarTech to someone like at a bar?
Yeah. I would probably explain us or describe us as marketing plumbing nerds who don't work for IT. So a bunch of very technical people who do data integration and connecting systems together, et cetera, predominantly focused on systems that are used by marketing. Right?
Okay.
So if you get an email from us, my teams didn't write the email, but you can bet that the systems that delivered them, we support.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Text messages, soon push messages, the mobile app itself, which we're working on now, those kinds of things. So all of the technology to empower marketing capabilities is what we focus on.
Go ahead.
You mentioned a mobile app. What is the advantage of a mobile app over just a mobile website?
Great question. So we
argue about this all the time, by the way.
Yeah. No, it's good. There's certainly advantages. Ultimately, what it comes down to is the experience, right? A little bit more task focused. So we're building a mobile app right now, which we will have out before the holidays. And it's exclusively focused on 3 core things: shopping, grooming, and your loyalty rewards. So it makes it really easy. And it just gives you a cleaner, faster way to engage. Another path. Plus it gives us the opportunity to do push notifications and things like that.
Our biggest argument was if your app needs to have a different slight experience than your MDOT. Because like if you go to Delta and if you go to M.Delta, it's the same experience as the app, or like Marriott. Why would I need, you know what I mean? So like that was our big thing going when I get it. I only have so much real estate on this stupid Android. And, when do I get your app? That's something, it's been a topic for 10 years on this podcast.
It's a great question. I think, your mileage may vary depending on your audience. For us, we fully expect it's going to be our most engaged neighbors who are going to download that and use it. Right?
Sure.
And, without a doubt, makes good sense. And it'll be interesting to see what their experience is and the kind of feedback that we get.
Fair.
So you said it was going to be, sorry to, derail on this conversation, but you said it was going to focus on a couple of tasks.
Yeah.
Are those things that are not available on the website or easier to do on the app than on the website, or just more in your face in the app, or?
Totally available on the website. One of the things that we're doing in concert is also working through upgrades on the site itself to make it more mobile friendly. So we know the trends, the vast bulk of web access is by mobile devices anyway.
Sure.
So making it more mobile friendly for the user no matter what, but also for the app itself, focusing in on those key things: shopping, loyalty, and grooming.
And then
I was going to hold on to yours, but I was going to say I like the Tim Ho's and the Mickey D's because I can scan QR code, pay app. And I'm just thinking about now that, you have a brick and mortar also, tie in the QR code, personalize my experience when I come in, scan. I'm not telling you how to redo the stores or anything, but I'm just saying as a consumer, those are the stuff that I like. Again, it's a different experience. That's why they get real estate on
Don't
my
get
phone.
me started on the McDonald's app. Won't let you use a reward and a discount at the same time.
I do it.
You know you don't.
Oh, maybe I don't. It's already $3.
You can pick one or the other.
Oh.
That's an upgrade that we're working on our website right now. So,
Yeah. As far as the mobile app goes, are you doing like one size fits all, or are you tailoring it to iOS and tailoring it to Android to meet the features?
Yep, one for each. And it's a hybrid web app. So it does leverage all the work that we've put into upgrading our e-commerce site. And so it uses a lot of that on the back end, but then it layers in a couple of native features, like the ability to do facial recognition for login, things that you must have an app for that you can't just do with a mobile web app.
Home screen widgets or things like that.
Exactly.
So we haven't had, I told you before the show, we haven't had anyone talking e-commerce or MarTech, I think, ever on the show. Maybe one or two.
Maybe. Yeah.
So these are a lot of these dumb questions that are just always on my mind. Because I know like e-commerce is finicky. And if you have a 1 out of 10 bad experience, not even a 10 out of 10, if it's just semi irritating, you're gone and you don't know. Like, is it just part of the beast? It's kind of like people are going to steal pretzels if I have a pretzel store and I'm just used to people leaving and it's just part of my business. Is that like, or are you like really tracking and trying to figure out like, A, why'd you leave? B, what can we do to make this experience better? Like, what's that process like?
Yeah. The reality is that unfortunately, probably 9 out of 10 people who are dissatisfied aren't going to tell you.
That's right.
But 1 out of 10 will. Right. And, and when they do, they like to let you have it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Right. If your experience sucked for some reason, then that's our job to make it better. And so it will give us another good opportunity to really understand what matters for them. Now, imagine that you talked about complexity of having an e-commerce site, right?
Yeah.
So it's one thing to have an e-commerce site, challenging enough. Imagine 750 retail locations, all of which have slightly different inventory status at any given minute of the day. And you go and you want to place your order for this awesome bag of dog food or whatever else, right? We have to know that, in fact, we're going to be able to fulfill that. Another interesting thing about our model. So 550 of these stores are owned by small business owners.
Right.
This is not the Amazon warehouse in the middle style. We fulfill all of our orders from the local store. So when you go on to our e-commerce site, you're actually shopping that local store owner's shop. Now, what that means is I don't have the $550 fancy bird cage that nobody's ever buying. Right? I've got 10,000 SKUs that people will be buying, but that comes from that local store owner. So they get those orders.
Do people know that when they shop there?
They tend not to, right?
That should be something they should know. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It's part of our, a little bit of our superpower. We're definitely the bit of a smaller format, right?
Yeah.
Compared to our competitors. You got these giant big box stores that are barren and empty and there's nobody there to help you. Come into one of our stores, it's a little bit more of an intimate feel. The manager probably doesn't know your name, but knows your dog's name because they love your dog. And every time they see your dog, they're feeding it treats and, your pet has a great experience, right? So it's a little bit more of a neighborhood store.
Sure.
So the fact that you're buying right from that local store owner is pretty cool.
So how do you bring white glove? Because I mean, that's my answer to everything, because you got to compete with Chewy and Amazon and God knows how many other websites.
Yeah.
And people going to Walmart and Meijer and like, the white glove in the store obviously is your differentiator. How do you translate that to the online feel?
That's a great question. So the same thing extends when somebody's getting it via DoorDash or their buy online, pick up curbside, whatever else. You're going to see handwritten notes from that local store team thanking you for your order.
Okay.
So it really is, a
slip
high
a
touch.
sticker, and I always figure people like go, I don't know why Yeti does this. They can charge $70 for a cup, but you gave me a sticker. So now I'm like, oh, wow, a sticker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's fun.
As a pet store, you kind of have two customers. You have the pet owner, and then you have the pet themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like the pet's not buying directly, but you have to deal with like the extra level of information. Is that any sort of challenge of keeping track of whose pets belong to who?
Yep.
And
Absolutely. And part of it too, you think about it, the experience as a neighbor walking into the store. You walk in for the first time, you see some stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I'll buy this. And the cashier says like, hey, do you want to sign up for our loyalty program? Yeah, that's cool. So you go, you do your little sign up. I've got currently 3 dogs and 2 cats. I'm putting 1 dog's name in there, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm lazy, and so is all of humanity, and that's about what they're going to do. And so I know about your 1 dog, but I don't necessarily know the rest of them. So that can be a challenge. And so, getting the neighbors to share that info with us, et cetera, and keeping it up to date is important.
Do you do any sort of intelligence or prompting on that? Like, hey, we know you have a dog, but we just saw you bought cat food at this store. Do you want to add a cat to your profile? Or
We
Get
don't.
Randy dropping the
I
bombs.
know, yeah. It's funny in MarTech. So interestingly, and we've been looking at, this is not a new thing. This is when I was back at General Motors over a decade ago, I could tell that if you are a Cadillac owner, but you're spending your Saturdays at BMW dealerships, cool stuff, but a little creepy, right?
Yeah.
So you have to balance how much we know about you and how personal you get with your personalization.
Sure.
Right. And so the same thing's probably true about your pets. If you choose to share that with me, that's a great honor. If I start telling you like, hey man, what's up with the cat treats? It gets a little weird. So, but we'll probably do it anyway.
I was gonna say that wouldn't be too creepy. Like, oh yeah, I should probably add the cat in here so that I get, cat coupons now or something like that too.
Yep.
I'm just thinking of like how do you stop 10,000? That's a rough number, right? Obviously, like
Pretty close.
is it pretty close to? Did you base that on like the 80-20 rule? Like, hey, 80%, 80% of these SKUs are bought. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do you stop?
Oh.
Because I mean, in terms of like you almost
How do you choose which SKUs are in the app and which
and
aren't?
again, 10,000 is a lot of numbers.
Got it.
It's a big number too. So like, where's that line drawn?
Here's the crazy thing. Even though our stores are a little more neighborhood stores, smaller footprint, all of those SKUs are available in the stores. So people are like, A, I'm shocked that you have 750 locations. B, how the heck do you have this much variety in this sort of a footprint?
Yeah.
So everything, it's not even about me choosing what goes into the app. It's all about what's available at that store. And all of those SKUs are available there. So,
Huh. And that was the one that you brought up too. Like, in this economy, and I go, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Because we brought up, vanity, alcohol, and pets are pretty much recession proof.
Yep.
Are people buying like, and I joked when I worked at Budweiser in college, instead of buying Budweiser, people were buying Natty Light. And I'm like, so now I'm thinking are they not buying like the good Purina stuff and they're getting like the blue brand? Or like, do you see this? Is that like when cash is tight now they're not stopping, but they're just buying like lesser brands?
They're still feeding their pets, but they're not necessarily getting another one. Right.
Okay.
And they might not buy as many toys as they used to and the extra treats and whatever else.
It's the fancy stuff, the farmers, whatever, like,
yeah.
is it that what it's called?
Yep.
Farmer's pet?
Farmer's dog or something.
Farmer's dog?
Yeah. So my merchants are going to be like, dude, you got to know these names. It's okay. It's like, I know technology. Sorry, man. But
Yeah.
But we saw some research that in tough economy, you start to see the various categories of where people start to cut back, right? Funny enough, alcohol wasn't at the top of the list, but eating out at restaurants was up there,
Yeah.
right? And so various, luxury or superfluous purchases or whatever else. You get down through all these categories and you get down toward the bottom, and pets is one of the very last thing that people stop spending discretionary money on, just above babies. So, they're still taking care of the babies, and, probably good that we're right behind babies, but
You got to feed your pup,
Right? Yep.
I just was thinking, like, all I'm thinking about now is all these SKUs. How do I manage that? And where do I, at any point, or like, we need to push, because you brought up restaurants, and I always think, push the fish, it's going to go bad. Like, is that like, hey, we always did that with beer too. When we sold beer, hey, this is, it's a week left on the Bud Dry, put it on coupon. I don't want to give away the secrets or anything, but like, how do you, like, what's on top of you? Just obviously you're sorting by bestseller, but like, what do you like promotion wise? Like, is it the vendors are say, hey, push our stuff. Here's, we'll give you a break. It's a little bit of everything.
It really is the latter. It really is the pet partner, the manufacturer of the product, who's like, look, I want to incent this or that, and here's what I'm willing to put into it, right? And so sometimes it looks like extra rewards. Sometimes it looks like more dollars off, right? And so depending on who the pet partner is at that time, they'll work closely with our merchants.
Well, because I know like groceries is cutthroat as anything. Mm-hmm. You want an extra can of Pringles on that shelf, you better pony up. Like, you want that end cap Budweiser, what do you got for me?
Right.
Not as far as under the table, but like for the corporation. But like, is this as cutthroat as grocery?
Well, we like to say we're the grocery store for dog food.
Yeah.
And it really is true. I mean, you look at who our founders were, frankly, they came out of the grocery industry and they decided that we needed something like this for pets. And sure enough, that's what they pulled off. And so, but definitely food, very low margin. So consumables is very competitive in price. Where we make money is in hard goods and those kinds of
Sure.
ancillary things and services, right? And that's true of the whole industry. And so it's a challenge. So you see the mix. One of the things that we notice is that people are still feeding the pets, but they're not getting those extras, right? And so that does impact margin and things like that.
Is there ever going to be a blue apron for dogs and cats?
How do you mean?
Like the not just the farmer's pet where you get the food in the bag, but now you like assembled, like you have like almost like a chef prepared, like for dog food. Like, is it going to it's got to get there at some point, I feel.
I'll just tell you, and I'm not an expert in this. It's just something that kind of gut feel and what I'm seeing in the industry is that for as budget conscious as we all are, those premium, organic, natural brands are going to continue to grow in popularity and quantity and revenue.
My mom was famous. We had dogs my whole life, German Shepherd when I was born, and kind of progressively got smaller as I aged up. And if there was 4 people in the house, there was 5 plates of food, one for the hund, and that dog ate better than I did half the time. And I'm just like, and I know she feeds the cat off the dinner table too. And I'm just wondering at what point are they going to have these, like, it's going to keep getting more gourmet. I feel that's how society's going anyway. Everything's getting fancier. And now they're going to have your dog's getting sirloin and carrots in a demi-glace. How's it pronounced, Randy?
Yeah. Demi-glace?
He's fancy. I'm not fancy.
All right. Fair enough.
But like at one point, it like the people food. Anyway, I'm just kind of laughing and inside my head. No need to comment. But I feel like it's getting there. It's soon. Because once I saw this stuff in like, there was never a pet cooler, food cooler when we were kids, and now you have like literally like a deli cooler,
multiple freezers, refrigerated stuff. Yep.
How many product, like, do you even know offhand, like that kind of stuff, how that expanded? Because I know it started with like a couple, and it,
I know only by like store footprint. Right?
Yeah.
You go into the store and the vast bulk of it is going to be a typical dry good kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But now you've got this whole section of, not getting 4 or 5 freezers, maybe with all kinds of different things in there. Goat's milk and, foods and whatever else. Just fascinating the variety that you can get.
Cheap sirloin.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if is there such a thing as cheap sirloin these days?
Could be.
All right. Talk to me. The reason why I brought you here, I always love people doing cool stuff with nonprofits and helping giving back to the community.
Thanks.
And when we had lunch, you were talking about Motor City Scholars, and your eyes kind of lit up, and I always like that. Like, I mean, you're on the right, you're doing something right, or you're doing something good. What's Motor City Scholars?
Yeah. So Motor City Scholars was actually started about 7 or 8 years ago by a group of individuals here in the city who wanted to give back to especially urban youth, and they were focused on SAT test prep. At that point, it was a major hurdle to especially urban youth getting into college. And they did that for a number of years. But eventually 2 things happened. One, a bunch of those original members of Motor City Scholars moved to other states for new jobs, et cetera. But also number 2, most of the schools nowadays are test optional for SAT, et cetera.
Isn't that crazy?
It is really interesting. And
my daughter skipped both of those, and she had like a 4-point. I'm like, what are you not going? She said, I don't have to. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have to?
So not as big of a hurdle, but one of the things, especially my wife, I got to give her a lot of credit because she's been working in this space for a long time, trying to find ways to get urban youth to and through college. And one of the things that she found was that there were multiple examples of situations ranging from $300 to a maximum of $1,000 that would derail somebody either getting to or staying in college. And when you recognize the benefit of a college degree and the minimum $1 million that you'll earn above and beyond a counterpart who doesn't have a college degree over the course of your lifetime, it's just absolutely criminal to see somebody who had a $300 bill at one school not be able to enroll in whatever was next because they couldn't get their transcript. right?
Oh my God.
So finding a way to fund that little like micro problem,
Right.
But scholarships don't cover those kinds of things, right? Other things like we've talked a little bit about, you go and you move a freshman into the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
That trip to Walmart can easily cost you $800, right? Bedding and storage and toiletries and
We just moved ours to Michigan State for the 4th time. Yeah.
Yep.
Or 4th year.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So dorm furnishings.
Sure.
So one of our scholarships in particular is the Phyllis Ann Lynch Scholarship, named after my mother-in-law, Tanya's mom, who passed away. But when you had a major life event, she would make you a quilt. Right?
Ah.
So one of those major life events was going off to college. And so we can't make quilts, but we can certainly help to fund you getting into the dorm room. Right?
Yeah.
Some emergency funds, things like that. But where we really got going here in the last few years in particular is college-ready computers. If you're lucky enough to have a computer, is it really ready to last you the next 4 years and stand up to whatever it is you're going to try to put it through?
Right.
And so we've been able to give away.
Well, then which one to pick too? Because it's like, I'll be honest, I don't know half the time. I had to buy laptops for all my kids, and I'm like, do I get and all it is a number. Like, do I get the $500 one, or do I get the $1,000 one, or do I get the $300 one, or do I get the $1,200 one?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well, and we toyed around year over year with a few different options.
Yeah.
Right. 1 year, a local consulting company gave us a check for $5,000. So we went out and bought decent but mid-grade computers.
Right.
Another year, we bought like Chromebooks, which pretty quickly turned out to be pretty useless.
Yeah.
And so what we found was that we do better when we get at least sort of a mid-grade, solid state drive, decent memory.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, by the way, we give it what I call the curb stomp warranty. So it's like a year worth of, no matter what you do to this thing, just like call the store, they'll replace it or repair it, right? College freshmen are going to do that. They're going to pour coffee on it. They're going to sit on it. Who knows what they're going to do, right?
Fall asleep with it open and
you name
roll
it.
over and it falls on the floor.
There goes the screen. Yeah, exactly.
You've done that before?
I have not, luckily, but
That was oddly specific.
oh no, it's just I've seen it.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. So college ready computers is a big deal for us as well.
Sure.
And transportation costs. So especially here in the region, we have a lot of commuter students. And unfortunately, even some of the smaller colleges around here will charge you $180 a semester just to park there. And so different.
You're talking about the tickets at Michigan State?
I mean, it's not even the tickets. It's the parking
My daughter
pass.
got towed once. She literally she calls me and she goes, "You're going to be really mad at me." I go, "Why?" She goes, "My car's an impound." I go, "Did you park in front so you could unload real quick?" And then you get it was like $400.
Oh, ouch.
I go, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Michigan State, like you can't, they basically, I think after all these years, they just said, yeah, no more. We don't care.
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It's a rat. Like you wonder what their revenue line is from tows and parking tickets.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. So over the last year in particular, I was just doing the math. We have been able to serve in the last 12 months, 37 students at 14 distinct colleges.
Okay.
Most of whom are going into some sort of technology field, STEM fields in particular, right? So we've got some going into medical and lots into IT related careers. We just had one student who just left for his freshman year, and his goal is to be a CISO, right? So,
Wow.
So he's focused on
Love hearing
cybersecurity. Yeah, it's great. We've got one student right now. They are at Henry Ford College and also dual enrolled in the Apple Developer Academy.
Nice.
So yeah, all kinds of good stuff going on.
How do they have to apply? Like how do they find out about you?
Yeah.
Students, not donors.
Yep.
We'll get there in a minute. Too.
Yeah, no,
That's
sure enough.
important.
Yeah, both of them go to motorcityscholars.org, and there is an application for support. And you pick a category, but what we ask the student to do is to share specifically about the need. It's one thing, it's great that you tell us like, hey, I'm going into medicine and boy, that's expensive. So I'd like some money. Well, rock on, man. You probably are doing okay. That's
Sure.
fine. But tell us a little bit of your story. Like, why is it that you are facing this challenge or whatever? You don't have to, share anything you don't want to share. But I will tell you, it's pretty moving to see some of the stories and to see where the financial need comes from. And it's fun to watch the board make their decisions about, who to give to and at what level.
It's like getting into a frat house and it's like Animal House. It's all I'm picturing. It's like Flounder. No, I'm being funny, obviously. But that's gotta, like, not to say no to people, but that's gotta be heart wrenching. Cause it's like the story's gotta run deep and to be able to not be able to help, I guess we'll parlay that into like donors. Like, how do more people help? Or do you have like a big gala? Do you, online, how do people help?
Yeah, no big gala, at least not yet.
You don't want to shoot shotguns like they did for cancer last weekend.
I mean, I don't know about that, but probably not. I can't see us doing that, but we've been extraordinarily fortunate. So you mentioned at the top of the show, the Sim Detroit chapter. So Sim Detroit made up of IT professionals later in their career. So commonly, absolutely people leaders leading corporate IT functions, et cetera. And so just an outstanding group of senior IT professionals from the region. And one of the things that they are absolutely amazing at is philanthropy. And so through their summits, they raise sponsorship money and they just shovel a bunch of that back into amazing programs here around the region. And they have donated hundreds of thousands of dollars over the past few years to a wide variety of organizations. Motor City Scholars was fortunate enough to get one of those grants last year. And so through their generosity, it was just really a key enabler, especially for this year. And, so we went from serving 5 to 8 students a year to now, like I said, here over the course of 12 months, which included part of last school year as well. 37 students so far and growing. And it's just been amazing.
Love that. When they graduate and they get a job and then they're a CISO, you expect it back. I'm just saying.
Right? Exactly.
With interest.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, interestingly enough, one of our board members is a student who just graduated with his master's degree. He was one of Tanya's students here on the east side of Detroit a number of years ago. And when you looked at him in high school, you would not have been like, oh, yeah, that's the dude who's totally going to go on to, graduate degrees. But he just killed it. And so now he's on our board giving back.
Love that.
It really is unbelievable.
MotorCityScholars.org.
Yep.
And you taking donations now, or is it just?
Yeah, you bet. Anytime. Okay. Yeah. This is an area in which we're relatively new at this phase of our growth. And so, volunteers who want to lend a hand from a technical perspective or whatever, we would gladly accept that kind of help as well. But any donations, clearly, we have almost no overhead to speak of. We spend maybe $10 a month or something on web services.
Right.
Where
are you shopping for web? I want to I'm going to change our host, Randy.
Hey,
we could probably find something cheaper.
I know we could.
I mean,
the Bluehost bill, I feel it's every month. It's like annual. I'm like, oh my God, again.
Yeah. But we've been also fortunate. The crew up at Micro Center in Madison Heights, multiple years in a row now, we've gone out there and I show up with like the printout from the website of like, I want to buy 10 of these. And they look at it and they're like, cool, man, you found the one computer. That's the like one computer only kind of deal.
Yeah.
But then they go, of course, and they, get special approval to sell them all to us. And
I've never went there and there wasn't 40 people in line.
Yeah, it's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fight myself to not buy that garbage that they try to sell you and like wait while you're waiting.
Yeah.
I did it once. Like, multi-tool.
Yeah.
I'm letting you get it home.
The colored screwdriver set.
Multi-tool, candy, magazines. It's like, am I at a grocery store or hardware?
Swedish fish.
Yeah. I totally needed that today.
So. As like 14 Cat 5 cables and then,
Well, that magnetic picker-upper could help sometime.
Yeah.
Only $5.
Quarters in the couch.
Yeah.
Jay, sincerely appreciate you coming out. Appreciate the time.
My pleasure.
Definitely. And I was going to say IT vet in this town, GM Rocket, Pet supplies, you kind of hitting all the, it's kind of like on the sales guys. As long as you worked for like Microsoft or HP or AWS, or you kind of hit all the mainstays.
It's a crazy mix. And my wife and I were talking about this not long ago, and I just told her, I was like, there's no way I could have scripted the journey of my career, right? Some of the fundamental technologies like enterprise data warehousing, business intelligence, analytics, now AI, machine learning, MarTech, et cetera. Like a lot of those things carried around from one company to another, but from automotive to fintech to retail, it's like, it's kind of wild. You're constantly learning.
It's all ones and zeros,
Right? Exactly.
But we'll put the links in show notes, and don't hit you up on LinkedIn, right? Or hit you on LinkedIn. I'm being funny.
I mean, I'm happy to. I'm easy to find with a name like Jay Aho.
Yeah.
Like you Google that, and about 8 of the top 10 Google results tend to be me. But
are you the only one, or is there more?
Well,
on LinkedIn.
Interestingly,
So there's another one of me in California that wants nothing to do with me because I tried to be friends with him once. So yeah, I get that all the time too.
Yeah, I'm pretty fortunate. Relatively easy to find, and so happy to make anybody's acquaintance.
Jay, appreciate the time spent with us.
Thank you. My pleasure.
You brought a drink up here and you didn't even get to touch it, so hopefully you'll be able to. We'll toast one downstairs.
I'll survive. Yeah.
Jay Aho, Pet Supplies Plus, and Motor City Scholars. Appreciate the time. We're going to wrap things up for this episode of the IT and the D Show. On behalf of Bob and Randy, do us all a favor. Drink up your drinks. Get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You just got to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.